The NFL Today on CBS Sports is presented by Southwest Airlines.
And welcome back to the NFL Today, where Coors Light takes you first on the field. The Chargers and Chiefs are about to do battle, so let's head out to Kansas City, where Dick Enberg and Randy Cross are standing by. Gentlemen.
The Red Sea at Arrowhead Stadium, JB, the color of home field advantage here in Kansas City. In the last 2 years, however, no NFL team has defended their home turf better than the Chargers of San Diego. Unbeaten last year, losing only once this year. And their only home defeat this season to Kansas City as the Chiefs detonated and denied. Normally, it's KC that celebrates home victories. They desperately need a win today, or their 2000 season is gonzo.
And on a cool, clear day, a look at the AFC Western standings. It's D-Day for San Diego, Definition Day. Will they be 7-5 and on their way toward their expectations at the start of the year, or will they be a mediocre 6-6? And it's a Desperation D for Kansas City. They need a win to stay alive, and a victory indeed will pull them within one game of first place in the AFC West. Hello, everyone. Dick Enberg and Randy Cross. It's always good fun here when these two teams meet, a long-standing rivalry. Larry Johnson hasn't played for 4 weeks, and Kansas City has lost 4 in a row. No coincidence there, and the quarterback will not be Brody Croyle today. They'll go back to the veteran.
Yeah, they'll go back to Damon Huard, and the last time Damon Huard was running this offense for Herman Edwards and the Kansas City Chiefs, he enjoyed 2 second-half touchdowns to Gonzalez, and the rookie Dwayne Bowe had a very steadying hand, did not turn the ball over at critical times late. And Colby Smith has been a guy that's added the running game. You talked about Larry Johnson being gone. Priest Holmes has retired. This young man out of the University of Louisville, all he's done is come in here and given the Chiefs what they've had over the last half-decade or so, a consistent running game.
He was very impressive with that 150-yard effort against Oakland last week as he set some of the Kansas City rookie records with this effort. No one has ever rushed more in a game as a rookie than young Colby Smith did. Well, for the San Diego Chargers, SD, you think of LT. Every time LaDainian Tomlinson takes the field, you're looking at some major record in the NFL book that he's attacking.
Well, unlike his typical game last week, not great stats, but he touched the ball 30 times. He had 24 carries, he had 6 catches, and for this football team to operate properly, this superstar needs to touch the ball that many times because it gives the play action credibility, and the play action makes Phillip Rivers' life a lot less miserable.
Well, the teams have stacked it up to stop LaDainian Tomlinson on the ground, so Phillip Rivers should find some receivers open.
And Dick, isn't he having fun? I mean, last week he was just fun to watch.
Well, he said, I got to play like just a football kid, and he did last week. Defensively, the Chargers' strength, they take it away.
Well, they also take it to you. Sean Merriman, Sean Phillips, Jacques Caesar right there. Their entire defensive backfield will really ball hawk. For this team to do what they want to do, they've got to have a dominant defense.
All right, for a preview, Randy, how about your crosstalk?
Well, for the Chiefs, it's actually pretty simple. You've got a limited number of playmakers on this team. Gonzalez, Bowe, Colby Smith, get the ball in their hands. And for San Diego, stay loose, play like you're in the park, just having fun with the guys. If they can do that, forget about how talented you are, forget about how good your record was last year. This could be a very good football team.
The weather for the first time is wintry, and San Diego does not play well historically in cold weather. They've won only 1 of their last 10 in Kansas City and lost their last 5 in December to the Chiefs. Meanwhile, Kansas City trying to snap that unusual 4-game losing streak at home.
For the teams of the Amazing Race, going around the world is no vacation. New episode CBS Tonight after 60 minutes.
It's the new Victoria's Secret fashion show, CBS Tuesday.
They use it to shoot the game. They use it to broadcast the game. They use it to produce the game.
The main man on the field today is Peyton Manning.
So why wouldn't you use it to watch the game?
That's Peyton Manning.
Nice Sony. Scoot over a bit, will you?
Nothing compares to a Sony Bravia HD TV because high definition is in our DNA.
Anybody got any chips?
Breaking news in the gaming world.
The top pro gamers in the world are disappearing.
This video just in, recorded at a local tournament. Players are being rounded up whether they like it or not.
Teams have been assembled. Only the world's best remain. Now the top international teams battle in the biggest pro gaming global face-off in history. The Championship Gaming Series World Final. Exclusively on DirecTV. Only on the 101.
Enjoy the most college hoops in the nation on ESPN Full Court from DirecTV. With key matchups from some of college basketball's top conferences, ESPN Full Court takes it to the hoop with up to 30 games per week from outside your local area. Order ESPN Full Court for only 2 payments of $54.50 each. Call today, 1-800-GET-SPORTS, or log on to directv.com/fullcourt. ESPN Full Court from DirecTV. Call now.
They have arrived. Most have come to destroy us. But there are others who will stand by our side. From executive producer Steven Spielberg.
This thing is wicked.
And director Michael Bay.
Good luck to us all.
Transformers.
Introducing the DirecTV Rewards Visa, the credit card that gives you once-in-a-lifetime rewards money can't buy. Turn your ordinary purchases into extraordinary rewards. Imagine talking sports with your favorite athlete, dancing with celebrities at Hollywood parties, or taking your own walk on the red carpet. Earn points with every purchase. Redeem them for once-in-a-lifetime rewards. The DirecTV Rewards Visa, the credit card that gives you rewards money can't buy.
The NFL season moves to the clear cold of December, and it's the San Diego Chargers and Kansas City Chiefs here at Arrowhead Stadium. And you can experience the NFL season on CBS, brought to you in high definition by Sony. The 96th meeting of Kansas City and San Diego coming up.
The Subway Sunday Tailgate Special. The highlights fans will be talking about at tailgate parties everywhere. Subway, eat fresh. If there's such a thing as moral victories, there were 2 last week. Led by J.R. Reed, A.J. Feely, and Greg Lewis, the 22-point underdog Eagles nearly upset the undefeated Patriots.
Touchdown, Greg Lewis!
And in the mire that was Heinz Field, the winless Dolphins came up short in the lowest scoring game in Monday night history.
Unbelievable. This one hurts.
Are you ready for the Subway Sunday Tailgate Special? Brady Quinn himself will hand-deliver 3 foot-long subs for the price of 2 any Sunday.
Wait a second, time out. Sundays I'm kind of busy. Sorry.
Okay, scratch Brady Quinn, but still get a free foot-long when you buy 2 any Sunday. The Subway Sunday Tailgate Special. Subway, eat fresh.
CBS Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
This big and certainly one of the best football arenas in our country, Arrowhead Stadium. And the NFL struck with tragedy this week. 24-year-old Sean Taylor of the Redskins murdered in South Florida. Around the league, a moment of silence today in his memory.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen,
and how difficult it must be for the fans and the teams playing in Washington, D.C. today, Buffalo and the Redskins. Herm Edwards, he and all the coaches around the league talking about the tragedy this week and the implications for their own players. Norv Turner, he's looking for his first win as a head coach here in Kansas City. Washington and Oakland unable to come away with a win. Here's a kickoff to San Diego's Darren Sproles, former Kansas State star here in the Midwest, and they smother him at the 22-yard line. Phil Rivers and the first on the field. Rivers wears number 17. Interestingly, the Chargers NFL ranking 17th in passing, 17th in rushing. His offensive line play has been bolstered by the return of Pro Bowl center Nick Hardwick. And NFL MVP running back LaDainian Tomlinson. One rushing touchdown shy of tying Walter Payton for number 3 all-time at 110 scores. From the 22, double tight end, Gates and Manuel. And on the first play, nothing there except trouble for Rivers as Jared Allen shot through, seemingly untouched. Allen, who has 9.5 sacks to lead Kansas City. Chiefs defense features his play, and now with 10 and a Chiefs with 3 interceptions. Second and long, and LT gets nothing into the left side of the line as Jared Page up from the safety spot, and he was in the hole.
Well, this is what you call worst case scenario for Norv Turner's offense here at Arrowhead. This is giving this crowd every reason to become a heck of a factor when it comes to noise. I know everyone deals with noise these days, but within these confines, a big defensive play by Allen, you stuff a run. The offensive line's at a huge disadvantage right here.
3rd and 19 from the Chargers' 12-yard line. Handed off to LaDainian Tomlinson, and he gets a few back to the 19, but well short of the first down. Derek Johnson, the tackler, and the Chargers a quick 3 and out. Out comes Mike Cyphers, who is number 6 in the league, 46.7 average, and number 3 in net at 40.2. That's a terrific number. You net 40 on a punt. That includes all the returns. You've done your job. Eddie Kennison, the veteran, stands at the 40. Kaeding driving this one into the win. Kennison from the 33 looking for blocks. None there, and Tim Dobbins rides him down at the 36-yard line. 49-yard punt for Cyphers, only 4 on the return. Well, the Chiefs ready to take the field. Veteran number 11, Damon Huard. He replaces Brody Croyle out with a back injury. Huard quarterback Kansas City to that 30-16 win in San Diego earlier. The Chiefs' offensive line features 3-time Pro Bowl guard Brian Waters. They like to run to his side. Big 150-yard rushing game last week against Oakland. From the 37. Huard, play action, going to throw on first down. Fires up the middle, complete to Gonzalez. He's all the way to the 40 of San Diego. Marlon McCree made the tackle, and Gonzalez, one of the best ever, has his 63rd catch of the year.
Both Gonzalez and Gates say plenty of nice things about each other, but it's just a straight personal challenge, I think, between these two when they meet. Each one's trying to outdo the other, and they'll keep an eye on each other as they match stats as this day goes on.
As Gonzalez said in his 11th year, it's not my goal to be ordinary. I want to continue to be special. And that he has been, the all-time receiver in Kansas City history. And the leading tight end in scoring touchdowns in the league, past Shannon Sharp. Here's Smith, and he breaks tackles, and more, and inside the 25. That's how you win a lot of love from your fans. Breaking tackles, young Colby Smith, and another first down.
As he has done so far in the last couple of games as a runner, he's getting pretty good blocking. but he really does not go down. Arm tackles won't get this kid. He's much stronger, especially in the lower body, than defenders realize. Very slippery. Play starts outside, and it seems invariably he's looking for that inside slot to take advantage of a defense.
He's only 22. He's built like Tomlinson, 5'11" and 220. First down at the 25. Huard firing deep, incomplete, and that one was a dangerous throw to Dwayne Bowe. Had a great game and 3 defensive touchdowns. Second and 10. Smith up the middle. He drags tacklers again for 5. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Cooper and others with a stop.
There's not much real complicated about what they want to do offensively, Kansas City, with Colby Smith. They've got a lead back in there. And you've got Boomer Grigsby, the fullback, sitting in there at fullback, and he's just a straight lead play. Guard blocks down, lead back on the linebacker, and take your quick and clean 5 yards.
They split Gonzalez out to the left, 2 wide receivers to the right. And on 3rd and 5, Huard pumps, throws to the end zone, incomplete. Eddie Kennison had it in his hands and could not pull it home for 6. Covered by Quentin Jammer. Well, Kansas City has had problems scoring touchdowns in the opening quarter, only 2 all season long, and they have to bring out their new place kicker, the former Charger, John Carney.
And when you average about 14 points a game, you can't throw away opportunities to get 6s.
Carney kicked 11 years of his 18 with San Diego. He's the Chargers' all-time leading field goal kicker and scorer. This one, a 38-yard attempt, just signed this week, kicked earlier in the season with Jacksonville. His first Chiefs attempt is on the money. Carney delivers, and Kansas City's on the board first, 3-0.
Check this out. With this controller, your character will mimic your exact motions. See?
Sweet.
Now throw me a pitch, just like we're outside.
You're out. That ends the inning. Next up, shortstop.
Want to get away? Now you can. With Southwest Airlines Internet Specials, you can fly to 64 destinations nationwide for just $49 to $99.
You are now free to move about the country.
Introducing a world first. Braun Pulsonic. Powered by unique sonic pulses, over 10,000 microvibrations help expose and shave more hair with every stroke. For Braun's most thorough shave ever. The new Braun Pulsonic, powered by unique sonic pulses. Voted best electric shave ever. Braun Pulsonic. It's the perfect gift.
And now another priceless pep talk from Peyton Manning.
I heard you're bummed about driving a minivan. That's okay. It's okay. Is it at least like a sport turbocharged minivan or something? No? All right, here's what you're gonna do. Take that baby out and paint some flames on it. Or get a cool decal. Maybe like a number 18 on the side or something. Yeah. You're feeling me. You love it.
Go to Priceless.com for a personalized pep talk you can send to a friend.
CBS Tuesday night. Rudolph, the Holiday Classic, remastered and in high definition.
Rudolph, full power.
Rudolph, the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Tuesday at 8, 7 Central.
Don't miss the incredible discovery these kids will make. Kid Nation, new episode CBS Wednesday.
Damon Huard there gets a field goal. He's been a career backup. Marino, Bledsoe, Brady, Trent Green. He's been patient and has learned from each and praised them all as we talked to him yesterday. John Carney kicks it off. Down to Darren Sproles. 20, has a little avenue and finally tripped up at the 31-yard line. Pat Thomas, linebacker, with a tackle, and back comes Phillip Rivers, and the San Diego offense did nothing on their first possession.
Play Artist Smashing Pumpkins. That's the sync system. Voice activates MP3s, cell phones.
Do that again.
Play artist Tiffany. Play artist Michael Bolton.
Play artist Korn.
MPGs meet MP3s, the new 35 miles per gallon 2008 Ford Focus.
Your double deep pizza with double the toppings.
Double. Your double deep pizza?
Double. Pizza Hut's new Double Deep Pizza. Double it up with double the toppings and 50% more cheese. A pizza so deep, we had to build a special crust to hold it all. For a limited time, just $12.99.
I love you.
Double means more with America's favorite pizza. Pizza Hut. Order online.
I own a website dedicated to kicks. I live in Tuscaloosa, but I have to stay on top of my game in New York. Size 13. Los Angeles.
Last pair, guys.
Thanks, Eddie. Ship them. Austin. These are fresh. Sending now. And Berlin. Danke. So I need a network that works where I live. A place called Tuscaloosa-Stinland.
Cool. The new AT&T works in more places like Tuscaloosa-Stinland.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. With Southwest Airlines' convenient nonstop flights, it's like having your own company plane. Pizza Hut. Double your toppings with the new Double Deep Pizza, only from Pizza Hut. And by the new 2008 Focus.
I'm telling you, they know how to tailgate in Kansas City. First down, Rivers in trouble, gets out of one grasp and then throws it away, or does he? Almost. Spectacular interception by Jared Page, who played that one like an outfielder, which he was at UCLA.
Chiefs defense doing a wonderful job of penetrating and completely disrupting the timing of the Chargers passing game. A couple times so far in these early possessions. Kansas City's mixing it up well. Two plays, they've sunk the safety down to give them that 8 in the box, and they've also blitzed 2 other times.
Vincent Jackson in motion. And it's LaDainian left side, has a hole, 35-40. He's to 50 and into Kansas City territory at the 45-yard line, and that one opened wide. Patrick Surtain in the secondary made the tackle. A big gainer for Tomlinson of 25.
The key blocks, you're going to have to look at Lorenzo Neal and Chris Dielman, and pretty simply, LT is just going to take the ball and jam it straight through the defense of the Kansas City Chiefs. Good job by Dielman. Nice job by Neal. Working against Donnie Edwards, the glancing blow. It's enough to get LT by him.
5 minutes into this opening quarter. Kansas City leading 3-0. First down at the 45. Tomlinson breaks a tackle and gets a late hit from Greg Wesley at the 40-yard line. Ty Law made the tackle. Wesley came in, just did skid by with that knee at the helmet of LT.
We talked about the body type similarities between Colby Smith and LT, Dick, and you see these running backs right here. You give them a little bit of space. That's a 5-yard run that looked like the defense stopped it.
Second down, 5 at the 40. Tight end Antonio Gates. And that's going to be a false start. Looked as if Marcus McNeil pulled up prematurely.
False start, offense, number 73. 5-yard penalty at second down.
You know, that's not noise. That's Jared Allen getting into Marcus McNeil's head a little bit, and that will happen with left tackles, especially when you've got a sort of a mixed martial arts, half kind of nuts when he's playing on the field defensive end like Jared Allen. He can flat get it and run, and that makes tackles flinch.
Kickboxing and jiu-jitsu in the offseason, and he loves to chatter with his opponent. He likes to talk with him and throw a little smack. Play action. And then the screen to LaDainian, but he's caught in the backfield by Derek Johnson. Read well by Johnson, the third-year backer from Texas.
It was really set up pretty well by San Diego, but diagnosed even better by Johnson, because Chris Dielman, the left guard, 68, watch him get out on this screen, and when he does get out, he's going to have an excellent shot at getting Johnson, but Johnson fights right through it. That's a good example of a cut block may be better than trying to hit somebody up high. You hit him up high, you're just knocking him into the play. You cut block him, you put him on his face.
So from 2nd and 5 to 3rd and 12. Rivers from the shotgun. He's going to go long into the wind, has a man wide open, and it's complete to Chris Chambers, and there would have been a touchdown, but Chambers had to wait for the ball. He was 7 yards in the clear behind Patrick Surtain, and it's a first down at the 10.
Just an excellent read and patience by Phillip Rivers. Look at the blitz coming from each side, and they're trying to pinch Phillip Rivers. Holds the ball just long enough and gets it off. Man coverage. Working against Surtain is Chambers. The help comes over late by Page. You're going to take the blitz. You're going to take your shots at this young quarterback. He now has the ability to make you pay for it.
Chambers, since being acquired midseason from Miami, delivering. Here's LaDainian Tomlinson trying to ad-lib his way and tripped up at the line of scrimmage by Surtain. So a 25-yard run by LT on this drive and a 3rd down 37-yard pass to Chambers, positioning the Chargers at the Kansas City 10. Rivers turned it around last week. 3 touchdown throws, 35 yards to Gates in the 2nd, then a 5-yard touchdown to Chris Chambers in the 2nd quarter, and another to Antonio, 25 yards in the 3rd, as the Chargers at home defeated the Ravens 32-14.
When you're having that kind of fun, Dick, you've got to have a calmness about you. They have flustered Phillip a little bit early on. He came through on that last big throw, but if they can keep the fluster going, they've got a chance for a turnover.
Tomlinson is slotted right in the empty backfield. 2nd and goal at the 10.
That was a movement by LT.
No play as the whistle had sounded. Hall picks it up just in case for Kansas City.
LaDainian
neutral zone infraction. Defense number 91 came in the neutral zone, causing the false start. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Tamba Hali, the young defensive end from Penn State, where he played for Larry Johnson's father, who was his position coach, and he's an excellent young talent. 5 sacks this year, couple of forced fumbles.
Yeah, I agree with you, Tamba. I don't know about that. That wasn't even a neutral zone infraction. That was a neutral zone lean. He just barely got leaned forward in his stance, and LaDainian Tomlinson flinched.
Big 5-yard gift to the Chargers. 2nd and goal at the 5. Tomlinson. Oh, what a crowd. Nothing there at all except Jared Allen. He can play the run as well, and the support from the safety. Page again was right up on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the difference in Jared Allen from this year to last year, he's lighter. He's like Michael Strahan in that it seems the lighter he's gotten, the more effective he's gotten, even against the run. Very good technique, excellent use of the hands, plays with leverage, and plays with a good kind of nasty on half the time.
He says he loves it when Rivers plays because when I chatter with him, he'll answer me. I get in the conversation.
He and Jay Cutler will talk back to me.
I can get in his mind. On 3rd and goal, Rivers running out of time and room, has to throw it away. Nothing open. Vincent Jackson was in the area, and out comes Nate Kaeding to try to tie it up with a field goal.
Excellent defense by the Kansas City Chiefs. They have everybody blanketed. You see Vincent Jackson right there at the bottom of the screen. They've got a couple guys all over him. Ty Law does a very good job. In a limited size field, these Kansas City defensive backs can be very effective. You'll take advantage of them, though, when you get them out and they've got a lot of space behind them.
Kaeding from 25 yards. He was 4 for 4 last week against Baltimore. He's 13 for 15 on the season. And the young man played at the University of Iowa, nails his field goal. It's 3-all.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, I'm gonna order 2 entire steaks.
No. It's all right. Yeah, no, you're gonna. I can't believe you'll never. 81 Broadway in Brooklyn.
Well, I'm glad you guys are taking us along with you.
I know. I was gonna say.
Hello? Hey, Sarah. Do you want us to get you something to go?
The panoramic Vista roof in the 24 miles per gallon 2008 Ford Edge.
This is the story of giving my mom what she really wants for the holidays. I don't know if she was more surprised with what I got.
Let me look at you.
Or how good I looked in it. Yep, I'm glad I didn't go with that crystal turtle.
Whatever your story is, your Citi card can help you write it. Citi, let's get it done.
Let me upgrade you. And let me upgrade you to the best channels in HD. Only on DirecTV. Let me upgrade.
Upgrade to 85 of the best channels in HD now. Only on DirecTV.
This is called a wishbone, and the one who gets the bigger half gets their
wish.
Wow, it worked!
The Leo Diamond, certified for superior brilliance, hand-selected to match beautifully by Kay Jewelers.
Every kiss begins with K.
Blustery in the 30s in Kansas City. 3-3 the score. Let's go back to week 4 when these two teams played in San Diego. Chargers jumped out to a 10-0 lead on LaDainian Tomlinson's 5-yard run. Second half, Kansas City tied a 22-yard touchdown pass to Tony Gonzalez. Middle of the fourth quarter, Rivers hit by Derrick Johnson, fumbled. Cornerback Tyron Brackenridge, the rookie, raised 50 yards for the final score of the game. And the Chiefs upset San Diego 30-16. Nate Kaeding has it teed up. Jeff Webb will return. Webb, who played his college ball at San Diego State. The wind, the flags are just starch blowing left to right as you watch, but when it gets down into the Arrowhead, it circles back the other way. So Kaeding, in essence, is kicking against the wind here.
Yeah, he and Cyphers both. We've already seen them drive the ball low to try to get distance.
Kick is a sidewinder into the wedge at the 25. One of the big linemen, 35-yard line, does a good job, but did he fumble? There's a big scramble there. It was Turk McBride who carried the ball.
He just wouldn't go down, Dick. He didn't fumble. He just didn't want to fall down.
Hey, 278 pounds. McBride says, hey, I used to play a little fullback.
It's gut check time. I tell you what, whoever stops him gets a Bud Light on me.
Let's go, fellas.
What?
Endless refreshment from start to finish. Bud Light keeps it coming.
What? It was a clean hit.
Play artist Smashing Pumpkins. That's a sync system. Voice activates MP3s, cell phones.
Do that again. Play artist Tiffany. Play artist Michael Bolton.
Play artist Korn.
MPGs meet MP3s. The new 35 miles per gallon 2008 Ford Focus.
Oh, my. Yes.
You know, I'm gonna order two entire steaks.
No. It's all right. Yeah, no, you're gonna. I can't believe you own that. 81 Broadway in Brooklyn.
Well, I'm glad you guys are taking us along with
I know. I was
you.
gonna say. Hello?
Hey, Sarah, do you want us to get you something to go?
The panoramic Vista roof in the 24 miles per gallon 2008 Ford Edge.
You're watching the NFL on CBS. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Bud Light. Endless refreshment from start to finish. Bud Light keeps it coming. And by Kay Jewelers. Every kiss begins with K.
Yeah, for the first time this season, fans huddled trying to protect themselves against sharp wind and 30-degree temperatures. Here's Smith looking for a hole. There is none. Jacques is there. And a couple of Chargers taking care of that effort. A reminder, the CBS Sports Store is the perfect place to find gifts for all the sports fans in your life. Shop online. Beat the crowds. Just click on shop at cbssports.com.
We've seen Damon Huard in this offense come up and I think surprise San Diego with a pass a little bit. The one key drop by Kennison should have been a touchdown. If they keep throwing, San Diego has to be able to take advantage. If this offense can throw against San Diego, it diminishes their chances by at least half.
2nd down and 9 at the Chiefs' 40. A swing pass to Smith, well thrown, 40, and hit at the 43, drags the tackler Cooper to the 45, and they're not stopping me on the first hit, are they? Lots of yards after contact for young Colby Smith.
But it was a nice job by Cooper with an open field tackle. He had a lot of space around him. That was flipping the ball out to a young running back and giving him plenty of air to run in, and Cooper took that air away pretty fast and brought Smith down for a short gain.
Cooper, the leading Charger tackler on the season, played his college ball at the University of Maine with the Black Bears. 3rd down, 3. Chris Wilson, H-back in motion. Huard looks to Wilson, and he can't get it off his fingertips. Incomplete. Clinton Hart covering for the Chargers, and the punt team on for KC.
Those are the kind of plays a Kansas City Chief football team needs to make, and those are the plays they were making in the second half the first time these teams met up. It was 16-6 at halftime, and a totally different football team and a totally different football game ensued in that second half. Kansas City actually came out and dominated the San Diego Chargers.
And Chargers owned all of the first half with that 16-6 lead. Dustin Colquitt, left-footed kicker, gets it away. Wobbler off the left side of his foot, and it's out of bounds between the 20 and 25-yard lines. They'll mark it at the 23. LT and the Chargers on offense when we come back.
You actually got a pony.
Guess you got the Venus.
It's got a touchscreen.
Yeah. New chocolate?
4 gigs of music.
And they came with the Verizon network too, huh?
Does he bite?
Yeah.
The gifts they want are at Verizon Wireless. Versatile LG phones like the Multimedia Venus, the music playing chocolate, or the GPS-ready 8350. Verizon Wireless.
Why would I buy tennis lessons?
How's this? You don't have to pay the charge while American Express helps resolve it.
I don't get to dispute it?
We call it dispute resolution.
Resolve disputes. Interesting. Klaus Umlaut, umpire at the 85 U.S. Open.
McEnroe.
Wait, there's a chance that ball did hit the line. You're not evil. Come here.
Less arguing. That's why I'm a card member.
Are you handling disputes with a simple phone call? Are you a card member?
Only on PlayStation 3, starting at $3.99.
Lindsay isn't just some criminal. She's a mom who made a mistake.
Do you think somebody hurt her?
Lindsay's in way over her head.
You're not getting out of here until you tell me what I want to know.
New Without a Trace, Thursday on CBS.
And welcome back to Arrowhead, a 3-all tie, first quarter. San Diego gives it to LT. Cuts upfield to about the 28-yard line, nearly 5 yards on the play. Well, tonight on The Amazing Race, the teams are challenged beyond their expectations as they maneuver throughout Europe. An all-new Amazing Race tonight after 60 minutes here on CBS.
Yeah, like in the middle of the season, I wonder if they ever thought about making the people in Amazing Race and Survivor change places.
That's right. Gotta have a go at it, those two. Gain of 6 for LT, 2nd and 4. Rivers off play action. Fires to the sidelines, incomplete out at the 43-yard line. Chris Chambers covered well as Ty Law, the veteran, up to make sure that that ball is batted away.
Well, Dick, Jared Allen again coming off at defensive end position. He just comes blazing through. Watch the attempted blocks. First by McNeil, then by Neal, and he's just coming. You better lay some wood on this guy, or he's going to make life extremely miserable for Phillip Rivers.
3rd and 4. Crowd rises to their feet and with their voices. Rivers firing in, intercepted at the 40-yard line by Ty Law. Law has yet another, yes sir, they ruled it a interception. Chris Chambers, the intended receiver, Law's 52nd career interception. He leads all active players.
And don't fool yourself to think that pressure coming off this side by Jaron Allen doesn't affect this throw by Phillip Rivers. Just gets there right at the very end. He's trying to fit it in, being a little too exact. And by putting it into that zone defense of the Kansas City Chiefs, he plays right into Kansas City's hands. Two defenders right there take Chambers away, and that's a throw Phillip Rivers should have never made.
13th time he's been intercepted, and Law runs his count to 52 in his great career. Here's Smith on 1st down into the teeth of that interior defense, and big Jamal Williams, the 2-time Bowl nose tackle of San Diego.
This running game, though, when they get a back, I guess you refer to him as bell cows at time, and Jared Allen is definitely the bell cow on defense.
He's a bull.
Whether it's been Priest or Larry Johnson or Colby, the line blocks better. Things just run. Lunch tastes better when you got a back that can really run.
And you, as an ex-Pro Bowl lineman, appreciate that. Here's the play action by Huard. He wants to go deep. He's throwing long for Kennison, and it's intercepted by Cromartie in the end zone. Here comes Antonio Cromartie. He's had some big returns. 20 and knifed down at the 20-yard line by big Damian McIntosh, an ex-San Diego Charger lineman.
Well, that's a back at you by Damon Huard. Another pass that is very ill-advised, trying to force it into a defense designed fairly specifically to stop these kind of passes. Throwing the ball to Eddie Kennison. Kennison falls down, and Cromartie is right there. That one never had a chance, Dick.
And Cromartie's 7th interception of the season. That will lead the NFL, and this is a man who just started 3 games ago.
Well, I'm glad at least Damian McIntosh comes in there and gets a good hit. I mean, Cromartie's the guy last week when we talked to him, Dick said, well, I wouldn't have tried to run that field goal back 109 yards if it wasn't just a bunch of linemen trying to tackle me. That lineman did a pretty good job.
He sure did. So they exchange interceptions in this sequence, and now flag down on 1st down, thrown by the linesman.
Another motion.
False start, offense, number 85. 5-yard penalty at 1st down.
Antonio Gates early out of the blocks as his teammates congratulate Antonio Cromartie.
And when Antonio Gates is early out of the blocks, it's to run a route. It's not to see if he can get into his next block as fast as possible. He's very much a work in progress on the blocking side. He's where Gonzalez was early in his career. Gonzalez the last 5-6 years has really become a heck of a blocker.
1st down and 15. 2 minutes left in this opening quarter. Tomlinson finds some running room and out across the 20, dragged down by Tamba Hali. Well, we've got a report on New York. What's happening elsewhere in the NFL, JB?
Hey, Dick and Randy, Indy can clinch a playoff berth with a win and some help, so Peyton Manning hooks up here with Dallas Clark for the strike. That came off of a David Garrard fumble inside Jacksonville's own 15. Indianapolis up by a touchdown late in the 1st. Dick and Randy.
Thanks, JB. Well, Garrard has played such perfect football. Hasn't been intercepted, but the fumble hurts them there. Here's LT sweeping the right side, and he's out of bounds after short yardage near the 25-yard line. He's well short of the 1st down. They had to make up the 5 on the false start, so they're working at a 1st and 15, and now it'll be 3rd down. Let's see where they spot his progress. At the 23-yard line, so 3rd down and 7.
Dick, it's ironic. We just saw a Jacksonville Indy highlight in that Jacksonville really needs a marquee win, one of the a wall hanger kind of win. The Chargers in 2007, they got to make this their wall hanger win.
Now this, as we said earlier, you lose in Kansas City, you're 6-6 and very average. 7-5, you're on your way to expectations. And here's Rivers, couldn't find a man open, and Jared Allen all over him again. Helped out by Donnie Edwards, the ex-Charger. Let's go to James Brown.
Hey, Dick, Seattle has won the last 2 games in Philadelphia. Seattle touchdown call coming off of a Lofa-Tatupu pick. That Matt Hasselbeck there to Bobby Ingram. 14-10 Seattle over Philly. Dick and Randy.
Well, they got a little scoring parade going up in Seattle. Here's Kaeding. That's a wobbler way. May have been partially, or Cyphers rather, and may have been partially blocked. Had a funny sound to it, and it falls dead at the 43-yard line. So Cyphers a 24-yard punt, and Kansas City comes up with great field position at the Chargers 43. You can vote for the 2008 Pro Bowl at NFL.com/Pro Bowl. Plus, you can enter to win a trip to the 2008 Pro Bowl in Hawaii exclusively at NFL.com.
Kansas City has tried numerous times today with his play-action pass and to press the issue with Damon Huard throwing. I think they need more meat and potatoes. Give Cobra Smith the get the ball more and put it on this offensive line.
And it's Smith. Starts wide, breaks a tackle, and then runs into Cesare, and a flag goes with it. Jamal Williams and Jacques Cesare, 2 big guys in the center of that Charger defense, get to Smith.
Hold. This might be a hold against Gonzalez.
Holding, offense, number 88. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Tight end Tony Gonzalez with the flag. Gonzalez said he's down to 245 pounds with that strict diet, almost a vegetarian in the offseason.
Yeah, the vegan diet, he's gone. I'm not sure if that was holding, though. This is a guy that's, you associate no meat with no aggression. He hasn't lost any aggression.
He doesn't hold his celery that time.
No, well, he gets his plant proteins in and what he needs to keep his strength up. Says he's as strong as he's ever been, and it's really reflected in his aggressiveness and his blocking.
Empty backfield as Chris Wilson moves out. And now Gonzalez in motion to the near side. He's looking for Gonzalez. He fires, finds him at the 45, and wrestles down at the 44-yard line. No, it's Dwayne Bowe, who's built so much like Gonzalez, the wide receiver who's had a sensational rookie season. 50 catches now for Bowe. That's the end of the first quarter. 3-3 in Kansas City. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
Why do we love football? It inspires us. From the sidewalks to the sidelines, where more pros use Canon than any other camera. And your shots can be as inspired as the pros with the Digital Rebel XTI, America's favorite way to shoot America's favorite sport.
It took me years to build good credit, but only a few minutes for someone to steal my identity and ruin it.
With Wachovia, dedicated fraud specialists will work with you one-on-one to reclaim your identity, recoup your losses, and reestablish your financial reputation.
Thankfully, there are people who care about my name as much as I do. I'm with Wachovia.
Rated #1 in satisfying customers. Wachovia.
There's always something good inside. You just have to find it. Now McDonald's has it. The new McSkillet Burrito. Skillet potatoes, scrambled eggs, and savory sausage, layered with zesty salsa and cheese. Find everything good about breakfast, all inside a warm tortilla.
From Hallmark Hall of Fame, abandoned as a child, she always pictured herself alone.
Hello, Hollis.
But one woman would inspire her
You have a wonderful eye.
to believe in miracles.
We want you in our family.
Oscar winner Sissy Spacek and Emmy winner Alfre Woodard in Hallmark Hall of Fame's Pictures of Hollis Woods. CBS tonight.
Back in Kansas City. Numbers are even here after a quarter's play. Second down and 10. The Chiefs ball at the Charger 44-yard line. The Ken Burke-Randy cross at Arrowhead Stadium. Glad you've joined us. Huard giving to Smith. Feels his way up the middle across the 40 to the 39. I'm impressed with the first eyeball look at young Colby Smith. He's got nice feet and more power than you might expect at first.
Colby's got that little slippery nature to him. When you hit him the first time, you better bring help, because you get the first arm on him, that won't do it. And even that first good smack doesn't slow him down much. He's got that nice strong base to carry him through these runs.
3rd down and 4. First rookie running back to start for a team in 13 years. Greg Hill the last. That's because of the injuries here at Kansas City. Huard gets away from pressure, now is sacked at the 42-yard line. Coming in on the second wave was Ryan Bingham, the 3rd-year defensive end from Nebraska. It's his first full sack of the season.
Well, you know, Sean Merriman seems to be front of mind for most quarterbacks when you play the San Diego Chargers, and he has the first pass by on Damon Huard. Huard steps up, but Bingham brings it late, and that's one of those nice persistent sacks. You've seen Jared Allen get one of those, and now Bingham gets one in his pocket.
That's a coverage sack, as Huard could not find an open man. Here's Colquitt. Just punches this punt, and Sproles comes up to collect it and falls, rolls ahead for a yard to the 17-yard line. The Chargers will get their chance early in the second quarter, tied at 3.
It's the season to shop, and the Red Tags are coming back for the Buick Pontiac GMC Red Tag event. And right now, they're bringing the best values of the season. Look for the Red Tag and get 0% financing for 60 months on remaining 2007 Pontiac, Buick, and GMC models. That's 0% financing for 5 full years on all 2007 cars, light-duty trucks, and SUVs while supplies last. The Red Tag event. See some red, save some green.
Whoa.
What are you looking at?
Oh, nothing. I was just,
What is wrong with you? Ugh.
What? They weren't doing that a minute ago.
This holiday, put together something that'll really wow them.
And now get an LG HD TV, have it installed by Geek Squad, and save $200. We even guarantee it'll be done by Christmas. That's wow guaranteed. Only at Best Buy.
Congressman Charlie Wilson was known more for his antics than his politics.
You ain't James Bond. You ain't Thomas Jefferson.
Until he found a cause worth fighting for.
I want you to defeat the Soviets and end the Cold War.
Based on the outrageous true story.
You have authority to do this? None whatsoever.
Charlie!
Charlie Wilson's War. Rated R. Starts this Christmas. Bring Bourne home. The Bourne Ultimatum. Only December 11th.
You look at the standings and you can understand how Herm Edwards could motivate his team, even though they've lost 4 in a row and 4-7. If they win today, they're only 1 game behind San Diego, the leaders in the AFC West.
But all the motivation should be on the San Diego side. They got a chance to do something special.
Here's LaDainian Tomlinson tripped up as he tried to make his move to the outside. It's a tough field. It rained very hard yesterday and last night, and it's still pretty slippery in spots.
You know, this 11-game threshold after 11 games, I've always looked at as being kind of important, because I was on a team in 1988 that was 6-5, and we went on and won a Super Bowl. And I think that's the way you should look at this season. 3 of the past 7 Super Bowl winners have been 6-5 or 7-4. That should be San Diego's total focus. That and turning into a dominant team, but focus is something that isn't there right now.
Rivers focusing on a receiver on the sidelines. It's Chambers. He makes the catch and is rattled by a double hit. He was pushed out of bounds, forced out, and therefore it's called a catch out at the 30-yard line and a first down. Chambers' second reception of this half.
And Chris Chambers clearly would have come down in bounds if he wasn't impacted like that by Johnson. And he talks about, as a kid, Chris Chambers says, as a kid, I used to practice that. I'd throw it up in the air and I'd make those catches. I wonder if it was his sister, his brother, or one of the neighbors that used to come along and smack him like that.
13-yard gain for Chambers, and wide open down the middle is Monty Moe Luna, and the big man Brandon Manu Maliuna all the way to the 30, the 29-yard line. That's his longest play of the season, only his 8th catch, and no one picked him up. He was 15 yards in the clear when Rivers fired it to him over the middle.
Rivers didn't really fire it to him. That was a pretty dainty, careful throw because he was completely wide open. He lines up as a near tight end right there and goes right up the field. Talk about the quarterback spinning the ball well when he's throwing it well. I'm not sure if that ball rotated at all.
40-yard gain to the big tight end and a first down. Now the pitch back from LT to Rivers. Rivers cranks it up for Antonio Gates, and it should have been intercepted. As two Chiefs right there, Pollard and Law, and the ball hawking Law after his second interception of this half.
Well, remember where the ball just went, okay? Went down the right side of the field. Watch Vincent Jackson on the other side. He is going to be wide open. When this fake bursts through, he breaks through. That ball's being thrown to the wrong receiver. Vincent Jackson, that was a gift touchdown to Phillip Rivers' season.
Second down and 10 at the Chiefs' 30-yard line. Tomlinson burrows for 3.
But that's one of those plays, that last one, you see Jackson break open like that, you sort of put that in the memory banks. It's like some of the plays last year. Remember, Norv Turner talked about in the first meeting how wide open some of the receivers are. Like, you know, what was it, Carter on that one play, the long
Buster
Davis, that big long pass. You just put that in the computer banks and you go, okay, we'll go back to that. They didn't stop it.
No touchdowns allowed in the last 5 games in the first half by this Chiefs defense. They're a top 10 defense in the league. 3rd and long. Rivers steps away from pressure, throws, and there's no one there but a red shirt, and it's incomplete. Patrick Surtain had a shot at it, but overthrown. Buster Davis was the intended target. And now with the wind conditions, here's an interesting field goal situation.
You got zone. They're going to sit back. Phillip Rivers is going to try to drop this ball in over everybody. Problem is the receiver stops. It's like, go ahead and throw it, but I ain't running that far.
Lack of communication there.
What we have here is a failure to communicate.
Nate Kaeding out to try a field goal. He connected from only 25 yards out, and this one will be a 45-yard attempt. He's 5 for 5 this season from the 40 to the 49.
Going in the right direction. This is with the wind.
Out of Mike Cypher's hold. Cypher's bobbled a snap last week. Here's the kick by Kaeding. It's no good. Wide to the right. It remains tied at 3 with 11 minutes plus remaining in the first half at Arrowhead.
The extreme power of Energizer Lithium, the world's longest lasting AA battery and high-tech devices. Energizer, keep going.
What's behind the grill is what matters most. For those who want it more, there's professional grade.
How's the family? Parents, my dad still believes in a company pension plan. I told him he needs to take responsibility for his own retirement planning. They don't listen. I've told my mom 1,000 times, without the proper internet liability coverage, your business is vulnerable. Mention the benefits of index universal life insurance. My parents look at me like I got 2 heads. My parents with AIG. Yeah.
The AIG companies, the strength to be there.
Does this mustache make me look older?
Pepper in some baby backs.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
Enjoy the kicked up flavor of Chili's Baby Back Bonus. Our moist and tender ribs are triple basted with your favorite sauce, like new honey chipotle, with fries, salad, and dessert just $10.99. Chili's, pepper in some fun.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Campbell's Chunky, official soup and chili sponsor of the NFL. Chili's, break out of your rut at Chili's. Pepper in some baby backs, pepper in some fun. And by GMC, official vehicle of the NFL and proud supporter of those who want it more.
And welcome back to Kansas City, where the Chiefs have enjoyed extraordinary success from December 1st on. In the last 7 years, they are 15-1. Meanwhile, San Diego, the last 5 times they have visited Kansas City in December, went home losers 0-5. Tied at 3, and Huard off play action throws over the middle, complete to Gonzalez, tackled immediately right at the sticks. That'll be a first down. Clinton Hart, the safety, made the stop.
Well, when you're 1-9 over the last decade, you know, coming into Kansas City, if you're the San Diego Chargers, you look at things like this. You know, 15-1 since 2000, and I tell you, a great contributor to that is somebody that's been a big factor so far early. It's Tony Gonzalez. With Brody Crowell, the young quarterback, in, he hasn't been as much of a factor, but with Damon Huard, he seems to be his first go.
Gonzalez shifts to the right side, a first down at the Chiefs 47. Now it's Smith trying the right side. And caught from the backside by Ryan Bingham. Good play by the young tackle. It's tied at 3 in Kansas City, but there's lots of action underway in the NFL, JB.
All right, Dick, indeed there is. And take a look at Peyton Manning's 10th consecutive season with 20 or more touchdown tosses. This is number 21 in the season. That one on a go pattern to Reggie Wayne. Colts on top of the Jags, 14-0 late in the first. Dick and Randy.
Well, it's quite a battle with Indianapolis at 9-2 and Jacksonville 8-3. And Manning having a superb first half. Wilhelm and Cooper collaborate on the tackle of Colby Smith. And we'll have a 3rd down and 5.
You know, and that Indianapolis team is just now getting healthy. They had that long break after that Thanksgiving game, but that's something, you know, look at a team like San Diego and North Turner's football team, that hasn't been a problem. Injuries haven't been an issue. You know, really bad injuries. They didn't have Wilhelm for a while on the defensive side of the ball.
Luis Castillo is probably
Castillo's,
the worst.
that hurts them, but generally speaking, on a very talented team, they've been full go.
3rd and 5. Gonzalez in motion. Huard looks, throws. What a catch by Parker. Sammy Parker with Quentin Jammer all over him. Rips up off his feet and tags that one for an excellent catch and a first down.
Well, that not only defies the defense, that defies centrifugal force. You get spinning around in the air like that after you're hit, that ball usually wants to come loose. Great concentration and technique.
Parker's 17th catch of the season and a first down at the San Diego 40. Back to the eye, and Colby Smith at tailback gets the handoff. Tripped up. And the whistle had blown at the 40-yard line as Sean Phillips charging in from his linebacker spot.
And that's a real nice job by the San Diego defense, though, because that's a power formation. 2 tight ends, big Boomer Grigsby, the former linebacker at fullback, and San Diego defense pretty much stuffed them all the way across the line.
Colby Smith's numbers, there you see, 8 rushes, 38 yards on our stat track. 2nd and 10. Quiet crowd at Arrowhead. Huard gets away from the rush, throws over the middle, incomplete. Intended for Dwayne Bowe, and injured player on that effort, Rudy Nischwanger, and a young man from LSU limping off. He had quite a collegiate career with the Tigers and was the Scholar Athlete of the Year and Academic All-America, the Werfel Award winner.
Studying to be a doctor. He gets rolled up on when Damon Huard goes down. The body of Olshansky and Huard comes down. All that weight comes down on that left leg. That was not pretty.
Figure that they're grooming him for Casey Wigman's spot at center eventually. 3rd and 10. Huard down the middle. What a catch by Gonzalez. Have we seen that before? And they need 3 men to drag Gonzalez down at the 9-yard line. Oh my, he is some athlete.
Oh my, and oh please. I mean, that is a pass A quarterback doesn't throw to another tight end. Only Tony Gonzalez. He's working out of the slot. He's got that power forward basketball experience, and that's just catching the thing at its highest point, going up and get it while all around you have body position. That's just fitting it in perfectly and having trust that your tight end, your all-pro tight end, is going to come down with it.
31 yards on the play, 66 yards for Gonzalez in this first half. First and goal, Smith straight ahead, and look at him push forward to the 5-yard line. Matt Wilhelm first in there. Whistle had sounded, and Smith just would not give up.
I didn't see him stop. I don't know how they blew that dead, because his chances certainly weren't.
You better make sure that you've got this young guy wrapped up. Well, he has shown us that he wants to continue after the first hit.
You know, Dick, we've seen a few of these rugby scrums this year, and that was a great example. And Colby Smith just kept those legs driving.
3-3 tie, 6:20 to go in the opening half. Chiefs 5 yards away from the lead. And the second down give is to Smith. Straight ahead again. They try the same play. And Jacques Césaire first to make contact. And Eric Weddle came out of the pile with the ball, but long after the whistle had sounded. So it's 3rd and goal at the San Diego 2-yard line.
Boy, second down would have been a perfect time to yank that ball out with a little play action there. Flip that thing over to Scipio. Scipio coming in motion across the formation.
Jared Allen is in the huddle for Kansas City.
The left tight end.
Number 69, there he is, 10th play of the drive. Where's it going to go? Oh, play action. They're looking for Jared Allen in the end zone. Does he have it? What a catch by the defensive end. Touchdown, Kansas City.
And look who runs over to give him a little business. Tony Gonzalez.
Who do you think you are, Mike Vrabel?
Oh, what a perfect call. Mike Solari, the offensive coordinator, upstairs.
And what a perfect throw.
Well, he drops it in over the top. I'm sorry, defensive end, wearing gloves, getting smacked. They shouldn't be able to catch balls like that. A little bit of that concentration, maybe some of that mixed martial arts and that off-season training coming in handy with his concentration there.
What a moment for Allen and for the Chiefs, who take a 10-3 lead on John Carney's point after. This is a remarkable throw and catch. Huard, Jared Allen, touchdown.
With online reviews and side-by-side product comparisons, Circuit City makes finding the perfect home theater simple. And with Circuit City's FireDog technicians to install it all, this could be the greatest holiday gift ever. Simple to shop, buy, and enjoy. Circuit City. Simplicity guaranteed.
There's one at every party. The designated loud talker. The designated hair product guy. The designated dad dancer. Of course, the designated spiller. The designated wandering eyes guy. And what is that? The designated appetizer hog. And me, I'm the designated driver.
We all play a part. Thanks for being responsible.
Get on in there, tumbleweed.
Your double deep pizza with double the toppings.
Double. Pizza Hut's new Double Deep Pizza. Double it up with double the toppings and 50% more cheese. Get one now for just $12.99. Double means more with America's favorite pizza, Pizza Hut. Order online.
They emerged from the muck, hungry for new Campbell's chunky, fully loaded soup with extreme amounts of meat to feed an NFL-size hunger. And yes, Mom, they washed their hands before they ate. Introducing Campbell's Chunky Fully Loaded in the black can.
Devin Hester leads the Bears into Washington to take on the Redskins. Bears-Redskins, live on NFL Network.
Here's the snap. He's in the pocket. Going long. Touchdown!
The Late Show with David Letterman, your #1 pick in late night.
Tony Gonzalez, who set up that scoring drive with a brilliant catch, and Jared Allen with a payoff. And how about this, fans? When's the last time you saw a player with a sack and a touchdown? I'm sure Vrabel's done it, but it's an odd combination. Here's Cromartie up short to take the kickoff, and he takes it all the way near midfield, the 48-yard line. Tackled by Dimitri Patterson. But defensive end, leading sack master of the Chiefs, Jared Allen, has a touchdown.
You can practice risk avoidance. You can aspire to blend in quietly. You can live in, wear, and drive social camouflage. And you can believe in the philosophy that the nail that sticks out gets hammered down. Or you can be the hammer.
Stay tight in the pocket. Be on time. Is he blitzing?
3 seconds until sack.
Work your eyes to the left. Stare down that safety. Off the mic. What's the corner doing? FC or left?
2 seconds until sack.
We need this one.
Looking for Harrison. Harrison's completely covered.
1 second until sack.
Who's breaking free? Who's breaking hot? Who's behind?
As soon as Manning thinks it, then you see it. Highlights, updates, and scores at the speed of light. This is the NFL at sprint speed.
Where's work?
I'm sorry I'm late.
You got your work. Don't screw that up. You need to take a look at yourself, Warwick.
What do you want?
Everything. Can't cross the tape. Not this time.
No!
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by AIG. Live longer, retire stronger. Never outlive your money. And by Sprint, proud sponsors and avid fans of the NFL.
Welcome back. A reminder, coming up on the Sprint Halftime Report, JB and Company will have all the latest early NFL scores and highlights coming up on the Sprint Halftime Report. And an injury on that kickoff return by Cromartie and Benny Sapp. And they're being very careful in attending this young guy from Northern Iowa. And as has been the case, fortunately, in injuries, all precaution being used intelligently. We'll be right back.
Dr. Robert Neville.
2012.
I am broadcasting on all AM frequencies. I'm a survivor living in New York City.
If anyone is out there, please, you are not alone.
I Am Legend, rated PG-13. In theaters and IMAX December 14th.
Did you know 1 in 4 men worry about excessive sweating? That's why there's Degree Men Clinical Protection. It's prescription strength protection, making it 3 times more effective than what's required. Its tri-solid technology fights excess perspiration. Yeah. Degree Men Clinical Protection. It won't let you down.
When you've got the perfect gift, you know it.
Shop Sale's incredible selection of diamond solitaire earrings. Save on these diamond earrings, now just $3.99. Find the perfect gift at Zales, the diamond store.
Here's Benny Sapp, and here's Merchkowski. Watch these two. Merchkowski just gets an excellent block on him and then jumps on top of him. Benny Sapp got up and left under his own power, but you get an offensive lineman to run and start at a defensive back who's got a 50-yard sprint coming at him. That's just physics.
That was a 130-pound differential in weights. Fortunately, Sapp dazed, but okay, we'll go back to the locker room. 5:18 left in this opening half. San Diego on the return by Cromartie. Starts at the 49. And it's LaDainian Tomlinson driving to the 45 of Kansas City in a pickup of 6. Napoleon Harris, middle linebacker, makes the tackle. Tomlinson now with 57 yards rushing in the game.
Isn't that the kind of run that you love to see LaDainian Tomlinson make? When he just gets that thing and he goes from point A to point B in just a hiccup.
929 yards as he closes in on another 1,000-yard season. The toss to Tomlinson trying to get outside, does get to the corner and skips out of bounds at the 42-yard line. That's going to be just shy of a first down. Bernard Pollard, the safety man, running him out.
Excellent job by Clary, who lines up at right tackle these days, now starting. Watch him pull and move out in front of the all-pro running back. And just an excellent job of getting out, getting the position on Donnie Edwards, and buying LaDainian Tomlinson that corner.
About a half yard shy of a first down. Clary playing for Shane Olivier at right tackle.
He's now starting there, Vic.
And the give is to Turner. Michael Turner, backup of Tomlinson, has the first down to the 38-yard line. Donnie Edwards, ex-Charger, with the tackle.
Yeah, that's the best way to get a hard-charging defensive end group out of the game plan quickly, is to be able to run the ball and negate a lot of their speed and quickness. Jared Allen and Tom Bahali are both guys that will disrupt the passing game and can run defense very well, but you go right at these guys, you keep them on their heels, they're much less effective.
Turner stays in the game. He's averaging 5.6 a carry this season. Had a huge game against Denver earlier. Rivers has to throw this one away. Vincent Jackson was in the area, but Rivers was about to be plowed by two Chiefs, Edwards and Boone, the defensive tackles. A reminder, Thursday on CBS, an investigator's life spirals out of control. It's a powerful new episode of CSI, Thursday, 9, 8 Central on CBS. Sapp hit in the head on that block, and his return is questionable. That's a report from the sidelines. 2nd and 10. Rivers, lots of time this time, and he fires long, has a man, Jackson for a touchdown. Vincent Jackson, beautifully thrown by Phillip Rivers. Jackson has his 3rd touchdown catch of the season.
That is picture-perfect execution off a play-action fake to LaDainian Tomlinson, and you drop that thing right over the top. Greg Wesley is down. He was one of the 2 defenders there with Jackson as that ball did come down to the ground. It was Pollard and Wesley at the very end, but the pass rush was negated by the run, and then you get the play action. Phillip Rivers has time to drop it in over the top, and you saw Wesley there take a pretty good shot. Here 25 gets hit by Pollard. He goes straight to the ground. Perfect pass.
And our director, Suzanne Smith, with perfect coverage. You were right on the field with that touchdown. And unfortunately on the field is veteran Greg Wesley, the safety man. 38 yards on Rivers' touchdown throw, his 15th of the season.
Yeah, that protection, though, off of that play action for Phillip Rivers, we haven't seen him sit back and really have a chance to enjoy a pocket. The pocket's going to form over here. Watch Phillip Rivers fake the ball to LaDainian and then sit back and look and look. Gets awful nice and cozy when you're able to sit back here and know you can just throw the ball to the very back of the end zone. Perfect placement. Just excellent offensive execution when it's all clicking right.
Rivers in the game, 5 for 12, only 5 completions, but they've been big throws, 126 yards on 5 catches.
Man, keep track of 2. You've got Wesley down. You've already got Sapp in the locker room. He got that head injury, and not sure exactly if he will return. If you're Herman Edwards and the Kansas City Chiefs, you're going to start getting a little bit low on defensive backs with Wesley down now too.
Veteran from Arkansas Pine Bluff. He was a walk-on in college. He was an outstanding high school basketballer in Arkansas, and while in college, he was one of the coaches saw him playing a little intramural basketball. Said, "Why don't you try out for our football team?" He's been a hard hitter, his reputation, and let's see how he gets in trouble here on this touchdown.
Watch when he goes back, Dick. He's going to favor going to his right is Greg Wesley. So he's influenced by that inside receiver. That allows Jackson that extra space inside. The corner doesn't have that help coming over the top like maybe he thought he did have, and that ball is just dropped in absolutely perfectly.
Appeared his teammate Bernard Pollard is the man who applied the hit as Kaeding answers the extra point. And it's tied at 10 with 3:29 to go in Kansas City, first half.
This holiday, don't just buy stuff, do stuff. Like spread some joy.
Apparently Greg Wesley just shaken on that last touchdown throw by Rivers to Jackson. He goes through the coursework on the sidelines, and Rivers wearing a smile now on the San Diego sideline in this 10-10 tie. That drive of 51 yards in 5 plays set up on the kickoff return by Antonio Cromartie. 38-yard touchdown pass.
You saw that quick shot there of Tony Gonzalez on the sideline. He's playing catch with the young rookie Dwayne Bowe, trying to get those hands going.
Short kick comes out to Jeff Webb, and Bobby Scipio cuts in front of him, and Scipio to the 20-yard line. Gonzalez, hey, the other guy's catching touchdowns. Maybe I can throw one. Next Saturday, 2 Eastern, our season premiere of CBS Sports NCAA basketball features 2 matchups. Michigan will go against Coach K's Duke Blue Devils, and then Kentucky and Indiana, a basketball border war. Here on the home of the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship, CBS Sports. Slow start for Huard, but a solid 5 for 6 cents, including the touchdown pass to defensive end Jared Allen. Here's the quick throw on the sideline out to Bowe, and the rookie from LSU finally run out of bounds, and I think it's going to be a 15 tacked onto it. Looked as if someone might have grabbed the face mask.
It's Quentin Jammer working against Bowe. That's a mismatch arms-wise.
Defense, number 23. It's a 5-yard penalty, results in a first down.
Not the major, but 5 more yards tagged on.
That's the way you want to set up a mismatch. You've got a wide receiver who's a big guy. Now he's got his face mask. He's jamming Quentin Jammer's face mask. That might have been called on the wrong person.
Well, the offensive player, they overlook those, but the defense, it kind of rubbed across the face mask for 5. Bowe had a huge game against the Chargers in the win in San Diego in week 4. Now there's a false start on the left side of the line.
False
Gonzalez.
Start, offense, number 88, 5-yard penalty. It's first down.
Bowe's the leading rookie wide receiver with, well, he's over the 50 mark in catches, has 4 touchdowns. And those are the marks before the start of play today. He was a solid first-round pick, 23rd selected.
And it really his coming out party was that week 4 game against San Diego.
Yeah, he had 8 catches, 164 yards, 51-yard TD. Smith runs into some beef in the middle of the line. Jamal Williams, and you don't go far when he gets his mitts on you. Even the San Diego teammate just raving about what he can do to a center. If you're going to play center against Jamal Williams, just get ready to be a couple yards in the backfield.
Every single play. He's one of those guys. He's much like Nick Hardwick, who is in the middle of the line on the other side. He's got a nasty attitude and comes with a lot of good leverage and hand use.
2nd and 14. screen it to Smith, and he's hit immediately at the 25. Sean Merriman, the lights out dance after that hit. Fans greet him with a chorus of boos.
Well, Merriman hits him on one side, and Wilhelm adds his own little flavor at the end behind him.
That's not fair, is it?
I'd leave a mark.
2-minute timeout.
There'll come a day when you'll wonder. You'll think back to how you used to listen. Before you heard your music, your sports, your talk, all from the same place. And you'll wonder how you ever got along without it. Sirius. Everything else falls short. Over 130 channels, only one place to get it all. Sirius Satellite Radio.
In today's luxury game, the question isn't whether or not your car has available features like a 40-gig hard drive that isn't about sunroofs or Sapelli wood accents, pop-up nav screens, or any of that. No, the real question is, when you turn your car on, does it return the favor?
Extreme power of Energizer Lithium, the world's longest-lasting AA battery and high-tech devices. Energizer, keep going.
You guys got any paper plates? You know they measure them diagonally. Oh, you have a plunger.
At least you can keep your heartburn from coming back with Prilosec OTC, the only OTC heartburn remedy that works for 24 hours with 1 pill a day. The round-the-clock heartburn blocker.
Round the Clock Blocks, brought to you by Prilosec OTC.
Let's execute, fellas.
With help from guard Darren College, number 73, and tight end Donald Lee, number 86, Green Bay's Ryan Grant rushed for over 100 yards on Thanksgiving in Detroit, while Brett Favre enjoyed a sack-free day, throwing for a season-high 381 yards and 3 scores. Block heartburn for 24 hours with 1 pill a day. Round the Clock Blocks, brought to you by Prilosec OTC.
Hey guys, time out. Here's a chance to be a hero. Watch the Victoria's Secret fashion show on CBS. It's me and my friends in all lingerie. But here's the best part. You're watching it because you're shopping for her. Got it?
The Victoria's Secret fashion show, Tuesday, only on CBS.
Young Brody Croyle there in the white with a ski cap, second-year quarterback from Alabama, bad back, injured last week. 3rd down and 18, and Huard winds up and throws it long, and it's almost intercepted at the 40-yard line. Bo was the intended receiver, he and Jammer, and or Clinton Hart actually. And
did you see that thing run into the wall and drop? How about that wind? Did you see that?
It's tough going left to right.
Oh, if you're going in there, right about now, that ball hits a wall. And I know Bo gets mixed up and tangled up with Jammer. And
ball was
Clinton
5 yards short of the receiver, wasn't it?
You know, Clinton Hart had the best angle on it because he saw the ball drop out of the air. And you look at the way those flags are whipping, that'll knock a ball down.
And Colquitt now kicking to Sproles, who moves up to the 35-yard line. That's how shallow he is, expecting this one not to go very far. It's up in the air now, and now it starts to die. Whoa! And Sproles loses the ball. Kansas City scrambles.
Looked like Weddle, 32, rolled on top of that thing initially.
Sproles, you could see that ball, and San Diego somehow comes up with it. That ball not only dying, but failing toward the near sidelines, and Sproles, you could see trouble in his eyes all the way.
It's like a 40-yard wall. Once that thing gets up in the air for about 40 yards, it drops straight down.
Credit rookie Brandon Seiler, linebacker from Florida, with covering the ball. There he is, 59.
So you'll see a whole host of red jerseys and white jerseys get a chance to crawl in there, and that ball just squirted loose 2 different times. Seiler got in there late, actually. He did a nice job of burrowing in there. Weddle got in there, and then Seiler, the ball kind of rolled into his lap.
Chiefs so close to recovering the muff at the 35. 1:42 left in the half. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. And there's the false start.
False start, offense, number 66. 5-yard penalty, it's first down.
Jeremy Clary, and now starting at tackle. He played nearby at Kansas State.
You know, if noise isn't a factor on road stadiums because teams work on stuff all the time, how come they still jump? I mean, you hear that every week from coaches. Oh, you know, we work on that package every day.
Well, up in Seattle, they count all the false starts, lead the league, and Kansas City's probably in second place. Throw underneath incomplete, not close to Chris Chambers. As you see, Rivers said, I figured you were going to fade toward the sidelines, and that's where I threw it.
And that's also a good example of a new receiver. They're not quite synced up on the right page. I mean, they were synced up on that long pass in the first quarter, but you can see a lot of mistakes happen.
Jared Allen ready to dig in and apply pressure. The word on Greg Wesley is he also was hit in the head and dazed, questionable to return. They show blitz, the Chiefs. Rivers in trouble, screens it to Antonio Gates. He had a blocker, but they couldn't knock down Donnie Edwards, the sage veteran who played so well here early, then with San Diego, now back in his second term in Kansas City.
Well, you don't always have to go through a blocker if you're Donnie Edwards. Sometimes you just slide under him, it works just as effectively. Just go underneath. Nick Hardwick can't find him, and just make yourself a nice, clean little tackle.
That would have been a big play had Edwards not made the tackle. A reminder of the Sprint halftime report. We'll have all the latest NFL scores and highlights for you on this first football Sunday in December. That's all on the Sprint halftime report.
Well, Jared Allen cleanly beat McNeil on that last play. That should have probably been a hold. Watch that one coming up here. Jared Allen, 69 against 73, Marcus McNeil.
Stop here for Kansas City, and they'll get the ball back with all 3 timeouts. 3rd and long, and another flag down. As Rivers goes long for Jackson, incomplete at the 30 of the Chiefs.
It's going to be movement on Marcus McNeil.
And one of the Chargers slow getting up after
Illegal
the play.
formation offense. The left tackle was in the backfield. That penalty is declined. Brings up 4th down.
He was after he moved. he moved well before the snap.
Trying to protect against the charge of defensive end Jared Allen.
See the run back of the offense. When you ought to have a look that's kind of like this angle wise, they count McNeil as being in the backfield. That, and he did move.
So the incomplete pass stops the clock. The Chiefs have all 3 timeouts left, 1:23 to go. Eddie Kennison back as Cyphers to punt it. Now he's got the wind, and he drives this ball over Kennison's head, and it takes a huge roll inside the 10. And that wind is so difficult to read. And on that occasion, even though not a spiral, Cyphers just plowed it forward, a 64-yard punt.
Well, Cyphers pretty much puts them out of taking a chance range. If you get the ball, you know, around the 25, 30-yard line with, you know, 1:10 left and 3 timeouts, you might think about it if you're the Chiefs. I think your game plan just got very conservative. Here, you're almost better off not exposing this ball through the air to the Chargers. If you do, you're going to risk giving up that turnover and having the Chargers put some points on the board.
If Herm Edwards' team should get a nice 20-yard gain on 1st down, that might change his thinking. Gilbert Harris, rookie from Arizona, in the backfield, and Harris gets the call straight ahead across the 10-yard line, only his 3rd carry of the season. With Larry Johnson injured for more than a month and Michael Bennett traded away, it's down to Colby Smith and Gilbert Harris, 2 rookies, to run the football. Timeout, San Diego.
Rated everyone 10 and up.
They'll go anywhere in the world to get their game on. Over 50 outrageous games in Rayman Raving Rabbids 2. Available now.
come back as the Chiefs with the ball at their own 11-yard line. One timeout left for San Diego, and now Huard's going to spend a timeout as he checked over the defense.
After consulting with Gonzalez, Tony said, "This passes to me, and they're going to cover me. Take a timeout."
Even though I want it, I think they know it's coming to me. So 63 seconds remaining in this first half. Jared Allen having a sensational first half, applying constant pressure on Phillip Rivers, including a sack, 10.5. There's the sack, and he was there to defy the run as well. Number 69, and then he lines up at offensive end on the goal line and makes a 2-yard catch for a touchdown. His first as a pro. It might be the first since he was in high school.
How about the dead leg catch? I mean, he kind of eased his legs in as he eased that ball in.
He is a very interesting character, this Jared Allen out of Idaho State. He was the Buck Buchanan Award winner, the Division I AA Defensive Player of the Year, and drafted by Kansas City. 2nd and 7. And the fake, and Huard looking down the middle, and he is sacked. It's Sean Merriman, got a right hand on him and dragged him down. And for Merriman, it'll be sack number 7.5.
I tell you, that was a nice job by the San Diego defense, because they just said, look, we aren't going to give you Bo, and we're not going to give you Gonzalez. San Diego calls their last timeout. And remember, Kansas City's going to get the ball back at the half. After the halftime, Kansas City gets the ball, so you might think this is conservative play calling by Herman Edwards and the Chiefs, but a lot of it's just designed to see if they can keep the ball away from the San Diego Chargers until sometime in the second half.
Now, what's intriguing here, though, with a 3rd down and a dozen to go, should Kansas City not make it, they can run down the clock and then punt it, but the opens up an opportunity by San Diego, or a fair catch and a free kick. Now here's the stop. Fans don't like it, wanted the Chiefs to be more aggressive, but it was the wise way to call plays here for Herm Edwards. You see 6 or 7 seconds differential now, and so on the punt, the 2 return men, it looks like Weddle's coming out there as along with Buster Davis, and now also Cromartie. And no, it's Sproles. Sproles is the 3rd. You can fair catch it, clock will be stopped, and then free kick it, where you just tee it up as if it were a kickoff, and if it goes through the uprights, you get a free 3. It hasn't happened in a long time. It rarely is used, and I'm sure that Herm Edwards is wise to that and says, hey, don't kick it in the air. You know, kick it end over end, bounce it down the field.
We haven't seen a punt go high on this direction yet. Remember, every punt, whether it's been Cyphers or Colquitt, it's been driven in this direction.
This is like the bases loaded, no one out in the 9th inning, and you bring your outfield in. And the deepest man for San Diego stands on the 40-yard line. There's a sample of how hard this wind gusts at times, up in the 20s.
Well, I joked about that 40-yard wall, but Colquitt hits this ball somewhere around the goal line. That's right where Sproles is standing, is on the 40, for that ball to drop down out of the air from.
Well, he's kicking it in the air. Oh, he boomed it. Look at this kick. Well, the wind didn't stop that one. Colquitt all the way to the 27-yard line. What a kick. 65 yards into the wind. That matches his longest of the season. And with that effort by the left-footed kicker, Colquitt, the first half comes to an end. They traded field goals, Carney and Kaeding, and then a touchdown to the defensive end, Jared Allen, 2 yards from Huard. And then Rivers answered with a 38-yard touchdown pass to Jackson. They leave the field tied at 10. And that's the end of the opening half. We'll be back with the Sprint halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
Texas Rangers, our jurisdiction is wherever we happen to be.
I'm a born fighter. I need opponents to match me.
Get off my step.
The miniseries event of the year.
Boys up! Comanche, they're nearly on us! Cut them off!
Comanche Moon. World television premiere CBS Sunday, January 13th.
Critics give Amazing Race 4 stars. New episode CBS tonight after 60 minutes.
They use it to shoot the game. They use it to broadcast the game. They use it to produce the game.
The main man on the field today is Peyton Manning.
So why wouldn't you use it to watch the game?
It's Peyton Manning.
Nice Sony. Scoot over a bit, will you?
Nothing compares to a Sony Bravia HD TV because high definition is in our DNA.
Anybody got any chips?
Two unbeaten champions.
Combinations by Mayweather. Big left by Hatton.
Floyd Mayweather has stopped everyone.
This is why we use the word sensation.
Ricky Hatton fears no one.
Vicious combination. I think he's finished.
One will remain undefeated. Mayweather versus Hatton, Saturday, December 8th, live on DirecTV pay-per-view. Don't miss it. Live on DirecTV pay-per-view, channel 123.
My name is Kelly Alexander, and I won the DirecTV Home Free Sweepstakes.
We are moving from LA to Virginia.
And now DirecTV is paying our rent for an entire year. All we had to do was call Movers Connection before we moved, and they took care of everything else.
We literally just unplugged the receiver, grabbed the remote, and that was it.
And it was completely free and really easy.
Call DirecTV prior to your move, and you could be living rent or mortgage free for an entire year.
I do miss the LA weather.
But we never miss writing that rent check. Yeah, we won. Woo!
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. Sprint, proud sponsor and avid fans of the NFL.
And welcome back to New York and the Sprint Halftime Report. I'm James Brown, along with my guys, Dan, Coach Cowers, Shannon Sharp is back in the house, and Boomer Esiason, who says he works best in space. Anyway, let's get you updated on all the scores and highlights. Let's get it rolling.
And David Garrard drops back, but he gets stripped by Robert Mathis, and the Colts recover. And then here comes Peyton Manning on the field. He finds Dallas Clark in the corner of the end zone. Nice fade route, wide open, gets his feet in. That puts the Colts up 7-0. Peyton Manning steps up under pressure. Beautiful pass right in stride to Reggie Wayne. 48-yard touchdown. Colts up by 14. After a 16-play, 84-yard drive, took 11 minutes. Maurice Jones-Drew goes in for a 2-yard touchdown at the end of the half. Peyton Manning, Dallas Clark again, his second touchdown of the day. Indy and Dallas Clark are rolling.
Colts will be in the playoffs with a win and some help. Texans-Titans coach.
Down in Tennessee, Ron Dane off to a pretty good first half. 13 carries, 74 yards, goes over from 1 yard out here. But Tennessee's going to respond with Lendell White in his effort to get over from 1 yard. But Matt Schaub, who's going to go down, and remember the first time they played from Haynesworth, this time he's going to get sacked by Antoine Odom. He's knocked out of the game. Shane Rosenfels has taken over, and he's 6 for 9 to finish out this half, 10-7 Houston.
Titans have lost 3 straight games. Chargers chase Shannon.
QB Damon Huard's going to play fake. He's going to throw this ball to Jared Allen, a defensive lineman. Now, they never allowed me to rush the passer, and I'm upset that they allowed him to catch a touchdown. I'm calling all my old coaches to protest. Phillip Rivers up top, Vincent Jackson down below 38 yards. We got a touchdown. We got a 10-10 game at the half, JB.
Will they take your call, though, Shannon?
No.
All right, Lions and Vikings, boom.
Well, it's a Minnesota track meet. Here comes Chester Taylor. 154 yards already on the ground for the Minnesota Vikings, led by Chester Taylor. And this guy, the Rookie of the Year candidate, Adrian Peterson, he goes in right there.
Who picked Detroit?
And how about this? Andre Allison, the longest kickoff return in Viking history, 103 yards. Watch the move right here on Jason Hansen. Watch the stiff arm, boom. He goes down. He goes in for 103 yards, 21-10 Minnesota. Travaris Jackson has 2 touchdown passes already. Here's the first one right here to Bobby Wade for 6 yards. They are drilling Detroit, who's getting ready to lose their 5th game in a row. Halftime, 35-10 Vikings.
Shannon, who picked the Lions?
Coach
Okay, I got you.
Dolphins bad.
Callum Clemens, what can you say here but look out. Here comes Will Allen.
Look out.
Up in the air. Michael Lehan goes 45 yards for a touchdown, put Miami up 13-10. Then Clemens comes back. Little fake inside play action pass to the flat to Brad Smith. He goes to the corner of the end zone. 19-yard touchdown. They also add a field goal. They're up 20-13.
Clemens sacked 4 times. Bill Skins, coach.
Emotional day at FedEx Field. You can see the moment of silence there for Sean Taylor. And now, how about this on the first play of defense? What a classy move. Line up with 10 people, where Sean would have been. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of emotion. This defense is playing well. You're going to see Jason Campbell right now getting off into Santana Moss. Chris Coley also has 6 catches in this game for 76 yards in the first half. 3 Sean Sweetson field goals. You want to hear the only score right now for Buffalo comes on this sack. But right now, Washington is playing very, very inspired on defense in a 9-2 halftime lead.
All right, Coach, up the road in Philadelphia where they're hosting the Seahawks. Shannon.
Seattle middle linebacker Lofa Tatupu has 2 INTs already. But here, Matt Hasselbeck, Nate Burleson. Leo Shepard, where are you going? Don't let him get to the sideline. Come here, son. Let me talk to you after this touchdown. Nate Burleson, 43 yards. Play fake. A.J. Feely, Kevin Curtis. We got ourselves a ball game. Philly was stopped 4 times on the goal line, and that's why we are 21-17 at the half. Seattle.
Hey, it's the battle of the former #1 pick for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at quarterback. First, Vinny Testaverde. Touchdown pass right there to Dante Rosario. They're up 10-0. Then Trent Dilfer. He comes back. Oh, it's an interception. Richard Marshall's going to take it back 73 yards. And the Carolina Panthers actually might go on to win a home game. What do you know, boys?
First time in a long time.
Boomer said they might actually try it, huh? All right, Rams, Falcons, Dan.
And it's Gus Frerotte Day in St. Louis. Play action pass. He hits Randy McMichael, 1-yard touchdown. Then Gus Frerotte in the end zone. Look at this. He fakes, pumps, comes to the left. Nice throw. Finding Torrey Holt, 38-yard gain.
That throw was not very good, Dan.
Nice. You know what? When you're throwing across your body in your end zone, that's a nice throw.
Talk to him, Dan.
3-yard touchdown.
Don't get Dan upset.
Boys.
Don't get Dan upset.
What did I say?
We'll take it back to the second half right after this.
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. Sprint, proud sponsor and avid fans of the NFL.